I'm Hungarian.
I know you of Hungarian ancestry, right?
Yes.
Okay.
She's a real Hungarian.
Well, I'm Hungarian.
Okay, so you're Hungarian.
I'm Hungarian. I'm Hungarian.
My identity was just smashed. It was like it broke into, it's like I had 1,000 pellets of hard truth going, my brothers aren't my brothers, my Hungarians, I'm not Hungarian, I'm not related to all my family that I grew up with in Hungary. What about this? What about this? I'm not related to my sister who's my dad's first daughter. I'm not related to, oh my gosh, my whole childhood, everyone asked me if I was Italian. My entire childhood. I felt lost. I had an identity crisis. Was I Mariska or Maria? Was I Hungarian or Italian? I mean, who was I related to? Who did I belong to? And then on top of it, I was born out of some affair, like some illegitimate. She nudged me, get me that Italian. I spoke with the owner, and soon Erwin approached Jayne's table, the handsome Italian in tow. He introduced the Italian as Nelson Sardelli, a performer who was appearing at another club down the street. Although nothing of great consequence was said, it was a significant first meeting to Jayne. That, she said as we left the club, is going to be the father of my bambino. My beautiful little Italian baby I've always wanted.
My name is Mariska.
Mariska.
And it's spelled Mariska because it's Hungarian, and Hungarian, the S is an SH sound. I was named after my grandmother. My whole name is my dad's mother's name.
You know, matter of fact, when Mariska born, her mother Jane Mansfield and I went to Hungary and we announced it to my parents, and also the press noted that Mariska is coming. And my mother wanted to name her so much Mariska, and that's when she became Mariska.
No, I was saying Maria because I couldn't say Mariska, so I call me Maria.
That's so funny.
So funny.
Now, your mom called you Maria.
Yes.
Is Mariska your full name?
Mariska is my given name, but I had a little bit of trouble with it when I was that age.
Yeah.
So we made it easier because Mariska is actually a nickname in Hungarian.
Okay.
It's like an endearment. They add the KE.
Right.
So it's Maria is the name, but they say Mariska, which is like a little one, little Mariska.
Okay.
Then we're back with Mariska Hargitay. Mariska. But they called you Mary or Maria.
Maria.
And Mariska is probably from your father, right? Hungarian.
Mariska is Hungarian from my father, and his mother's nickname. Mariska is actually, it's Mariska, is a nickname and a term of endearment in Hungarian.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, when you add a K-A or K-E. And so people named Maria, they call it Marika or Mariska.
Like in Spanish, it would be Mariskita.
Yes, it's the same shtick in Hungarian.
Have you acquired any of the voluminous memorabilia that was marketed when she was at the peak of her fame?
I do have some stuff. Sadly, I had to buy it. It's this beautiful bracelet. It was her charm bracelet, and one of the pieces says, you know, Mariska Magdolna, my name, with a little ballerina holding a pearl. And it's so beautiful and something I treasure.
Dear Miss Hargitay, you should have this memorabilia of your mom. They include your birth announcement and other stuff.
Maria?
Can I ask you a question about my name?
Yeah.
Because on my birth certificate, everywhere it says Mariska Magdolna,
Yeah.
right? But then you guys called me Maria.
That's right. Your name was Maria in the beginning.
Always Maria.
Yeah. In the beginning.
Because on the Merv Griffin show, she calls me Maria.
Yeah.
What's your name, darling?
My name is Maureen.
See, when I talk to the different...
Maureen?
This is Maria.
She had a real thing about your name. We were somewhere, and the press was interviewing her, and the reporters said, Well, how's little Mariska? Jane says her name is Maria. I'll spell it for you. M-A-R-I-A, Maria.
When I was little, I was really fortunate, and we got to spend a lot of time in Europe, and my dad did spaghetti westerns, and so we would go to Italy and to Hungary and to England.
So in the summer times when I was a little girl, we spent the summers in Europe. So I went to camp. And when you're, 10 and your dad sends you to camp for 2 months, you pick up the language pretty quick.
Yeah. In Hungary?
Yeah.
Wow.
I wasn't real popular with my dad for some reason. So no, but it was really great. So you had to learn. I learned by necessity and had so much fun. And then my dad did these spaghetti westerns, so I'd go to Italy. And again, sort of the same situation where you just, when you're young, you pick it up.
The entire family shared a passion for traveling.
My mom was a flight attendant and took us on a trip around the world to Bangkok, Thailand, and all around. We spent the summers in Europe, always, from 5 to 15.
All the times when, I spent so much time as a kid in Italy. And every time I was there, and you can see I'm a big gesticulator and I talk with my hands. I get in trouble on SVU because they're like, Mariska, sit on your hands. And I just can't. It's just like a cellular genetic thing. But in the summertime, my family would go to Europe. And sometimes they would send me to my grandmother's house by myself. And I used to get sad because it made me feel like I was separate from the family.
Do you retain any memories of your mother?
I do. I remember being in bed with her, and I remember having breakfast with her and sort of rubbing my head. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, I'm wondering though, you're 3 years old when you lose your mom. Did you have any memories at all of her?
I have a couple of memories that I don't know if they're memories or they're photographs or they're something that I wish happened or a fragment of a memory. And I don't know. I was 3 years old when my mom died. And I don't really have any memories of her. I can remember one time eating a bowl of cereal. And I remember her touching my hair. But I don't know if that's a real memory or something that I made up because I wished it happened.